now we're going to talk about Australia whaling out.
All right.
Um, this is kind of good news and bad news at the same time, right? So be prepared for this one. I'm not going to take it lightly. But I'm going to talk about the lady who obviously she got arrested for the lockdown protest. Um, I think it's kind of weird how they turned up into her doorstep. They're not really wearing cop uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just look like the regular Gestapo. Is it me, or is that what it looks like to you?
No, 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 no. That's literally, yeah,
Yeah.
civilian dress officers, very very regular looking secret service. Yeah, it's not secret service. I don't know what to call it in English, but yeah, basically snitches with extra powers.
I mean, mm,
They're the worst because they're gonna, as seen, those people are gonna actually abuse people. That they're not. I don't think they're like actual like respected policemen or something.
yeah,
They're the
you can't
first.
see their
They're the
badges. You can't see
first
their
people who
numbers.
responded to the call. Hey guys, do you want to enforce some of these awful rules? And those guys are like, yes, finally. You know,
Oh,
they
that seems
just
like a good idea.
read what sort of privileges they get when they do the job, and they just didn't read the rest, and they don't care about the rest either.
And I agree with you as well on this whole. They come without showing their identity. So by the end of the day, if they do something wrong, right, who you can
Yeah.
complain to?
Yep, I mean, barging into a house like that, I wouldn't be surprised if people started feeding them to the dingoes.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Yeah, it reminds me of the TV license situation and the TV
Oh yeah,
license videos,
enforcements, yes. Oh my god.
enforcement videos. But I
Jesus.
feel sorry for this situation because they're no longer on lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Um, and the realization of them no longer being on lockdown, it says thousands of Melburnians will be allowed to return to work. This is who they are, right?
Names and addresses.
Names and addresses. So anyway, right? It says that it's 120,000 of them, right? Will return to
Mm-hmm.
work on Monday, right? Lockdown's eased, and it's like
Like
supermarket.
how many people is there in Melbourne?
Quite a lot, I think. I think it's 4 million or
It
something.
is it's 5 million.
Oh, I was close, man. um, yeah, apparently, right, supermarkets and food distribution centres can return to full capacity. Why weren't the heck weren't they in full
Like,
capacity anyway,
uh,
right? It can't-
thank you. Thank
it's
you
just,
so much. You're great. You're great.
you know what I mean? It's just like this is just weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. Where,
Creepy, creepy, yeah.
Workforce limits arbitrators, seafood and meat processing plants will also increase in the with line with levels as we know are safe.
Oh my
So
goodness. This line is like, yeah, we're the bosses here, and we're gonna tell you when you can do whatever you like.
um,
Jesus Christ. It's like those people should seriously be like locked up in asylum or something.
I don't know how they can just. not expect like a meltdown? Do you know what I mean? Apparently,
Yes, yes,
students will
it's
return for
nice.
assessments on October the 3rd, and childcare will open in primary schools, will return to the on site learning at the beginning of October the 12th. Well, that's a bit late, isn't it? I mean, obviously, right? Outdoor weddings will be allowed with a maximum of 5 people, including couple and 2 witnesses.
Yeah, I mean, like reading all these details is so pointless because the nobody's gonna like it's still gonna be enforced absolutely arbitrarily against anyone who the enforcer doesn't like. So yeah, it's really pointless to like publish those updates because the situation is you're gonna be screwed if the enforcer doesn't like you, and that's about it. Because we're having a bit of Stalinism right now, and what can you do about it?
Well, I just don't know how music is going to survive if we're always going to be ignoring the fact that people are being choked into existence and everybody else is telling us, no, but you're privileged. How the barmy army can you be privileged? Just tell me that now. How can you be privileged? You know?
You know, I just had a I just had a thought that you know there have been scuffles with armies alongside like China India border and things like that, right?
Mhm.
So it looks like China is sort of training its troops while the West seems to be training its citizens.
Yeah, this is what I'm afraid of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We we're just like whatever. But
Yep.
now we're gonna go on to the whales out part,
All right.
okay? Because I've got these theories going on in my head, and I read
Okay.
quite a few comments which have led me to believe the same thing. Okay, so CBS News. Australia begins disposal of 350 dead whales after ending rescue mission. Right? I'm just going to
Okay.
enlarge this so that we go and see. I'm not going to show
Mm-hmm.
you the rescue the whales because that's silly. But Australian wildlife officials began disposing hundreds of dead whales on Saturday, following one of the largest ever mass stranding events globally. They have officially ended rescue efforts, believing there are no more survivors. Conservation experts and trained volunteers were able to save 108 of approximately 470 long finned pilot whales spotted on the remote sandbank in Tasmania's Macquarie Harbour on Monday. Rescuers have spent the last 5 days performing dangerous rescue missions amid unpredictable conditions to save many animals as they could. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
just going to.
have an idea. Mm-hmm.
You ready for my idea on this?
Yeah, I have. I have one as well.
Go. You go first, right? You go first. What do you think?
I say the whales were scared of submarines.
Ooh, absolutely correct. Dead on target. The only reason why they would react the way that they would do is sonar. So who's been
Mm-hmm.
going around scaring the freaking whales? Hmm?
In that region,
In that
who who's
region.
been who's been active there? Let me check.
Yeah. Just check that, Steve. Because by the end of the day, that's quite a lot of freaking whales, isn't it?
yeah, that's Australia. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
but we used to have sail. Save the Whales songs, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it could be yeah. Yeah, I mean the submarines there. Uh,
I mean,
it's well, it might be an important location to be honest. It's the whole thing is really located really kind of weirdly.
it's shady. That's what it is. It's shady. And
uh,
if
yeah,
you've
I really
got
don't know how to make it.
if you've got this excuse that it's going to be a bunch of freaking sharks, you got it bloody you got it wrong. I've got to tell you this story, all right?
I
I
mean, they
was
say it's unprecedented, right? It never
yeah,
happened.
I was
Mm,
talking to a World War II veteran this one time,
mm,
and he told me that he used to throw grenades in the water, right, to go
yeah,
fishing, and
yeah,
all the fish would float up to the top,
yes,
and that's the way in which they would fish without using, a,
yeah, yeah.
a fishing net, because they had all these grenades and stuff, and they had no use for them. And this was just like off the coast of Greece,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot
So
of the
you
fishermen,
reckon
yeah,
you reckon Tasmanians are starving from the lockdowns and they have to resort to hunting those whales en masse?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they've been spied upon.
Uh-huh.
I think Australia's been spied upon.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think those submarines are quite an interesting hypothesis that would fit into the
Well,
global games being played out.
we definitely
Because
don't want our animals to be harmed. So I can't think of any other explanation.
I mean,
Um,
it could be some natural thing,
Natural disaster.
unusual, unusual occurrence, but who knows?
You know,
Could be a very natural response to submarines as well. So.
absolutely. I mean, they must have been really frightened. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
so
that's usually what happens when an animal kind of flees to its death, as it were.
mm,
That they're either very confused or very scared.
mm.
So who knows?
It is sad because sharks eat one another,
Hmm.
and whales are like mammals, and
Yeah,
they're like human beings, right? So they would go off in packs and try to
yeah, yeah.
protect each other. So you can imagine how this would have gone down. But you don't really hear anyone making any Wales music or any other artists at the moment saying, "Oh my gosh, if we go to war, that's what will be the casualty." Because it's kind of serious. We have to deter everybody from war. So what's happened in Australia has just made me realise that maybe we are avoiding the prospect of war.